bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for Bring 'em Out with your hosts, Joel Richardson and Alan Hill.
Hey everybody, we're here at the Sunnybrook Ballroom inside the Speakeasy for another episode of Bring 'em Out. I'm Alan Hill, here with Soul Joel himself, and Joel Richardson, by the way. I almost forgot to say your real name.
This is a little much.
Dude, we got Joel and Joel.
Yeah. He goes, Joel, are you thirsty? And cut. It was my suggestion because shout out to Rob Lagasse, who from Edge Signs that hooks us up.
He's awesome.
Takes care of all of our signs around here. But he had this ready like a month ago, and I just never put it out. But it was because our old one finally gave up. Shout out to our producer, Jesse Marchese.
Oh, yeah, Jess.
Yeah. But I look like this. You look like that. But I posted a picture last night with you in the Hawaiian shirt. And we said, caption this. It was Alan eating hot sauce. But obviously, being down in Puerto Rico, he didn't have to wear an Eagles jersey. But when you did, you still got recognized for being from Philadelphia.
Totally.
Yeah. But you had thoughts on that, the hot sauce. And was it as hot as the picture? Because the picture, people, I think Jeanette said, it was so hot that it peeled my Eagles jersey off.
Yeah. Great line. That is a great line.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was so much fun seeing myself get mad-libbed.
Right. Well, and actually, too, I hadn't noticed it until now looking back on it because you spend so much time. It's almost like we're gallivanting around Puerto Rico like a married couple. I hadn't noticed that you had developed a pinkish hue.
Yeah.
But now looking at the picture, it did look as though the hot sauce made you red. But I think it was just
Just by the sun.
It was just the sun.
Yeah, totally.
But it wasn't until someone else pointed that out that I'm like, you know what? They could have been right.
Totally. That's so awesome. Oh God, that stuff. That was our day when we drove across all the way across Puerto Rico to do our whale watching thing.
Yeah.
And we went to this beachside bar restaurant, and they had this hot sauce that it was. I would relate it to the second hottest that we did on our challenge on the live podcast we did.
Okay.
Where you started getting really hurt.
Right, and I thought you were loading me up, and meanwhile you were dumbing me down.
I was giving you baby portions.
Yeah, you gave me the barely sauce. You gave me the old dribble on the chip.
Yeah, that's right. Dribble on the chip.
Yeah, but also let's paint the picture though, because for people that don't understand what we were doing at the time, we had driven across Puerto Rico to the eastern side to do the Sunset Cruise. Huh? Just the two of us on a boat with other people, but. We were obviously hungry, but we were kind of short on time. We didn't want to miss the boat.
Right.
So we ended up having to park in the parking lot and just find what was in walking distance.
Yeah, we had to find something in a hurry because we were T-minus 10 or so to get to this
Right, so
thing.
that was the criteria. But also, the other places didn't really have, like, food.
Yeah, there was a dessert place, and we didn't want to just
which-
load up on,
After,
I'm in 100%, but not right before we hit a boat for 2 hours.
But again, if we were just passing through, we would have never stopped at this. It was a beach bar,
Right.
Another big beach bar filled with locals.
Yep.
And then a few Americans. You
Yes.
know, well, not that they're American, but you know what I mean, like a few of us.
Yeah, totally.
And so we sat down and ordered something real quick. I mean, we probably had to scarf it down in 15 minutes.
Yeah, we legit had 15 minutes, I think, from the time we sat down to when we had to leave. Yeah.
And you found the hot sauce because someone else who,
I
again,
saw it.
Alan is the only person that I know that can talk to people more than me.
And I didn't speak a word of Spanish. One word at a time. One word at a time.
Yeah. But this guy ended up just randomly talking to you, and he sent you over to the other table, right?
Yeah.
And that's where you picked up the sauce.
Yes. Yeah, because that's like you and I, our move for finding food down there was not to look at some tourist guide. It was to ask a local or just to wander into a place that looked interesting.
Exactly.
Right? I always, whenever I go to any restaurant, I always ask if they have a hot sauce.
Okay.
And this is in America too. You
Okay,
know what I
okay.
mean? Like I love trying different hot sauces, and some places have their own they're just waiting for somebody to ask, and they pull it out from behind the bar or from back in the deep recesses of the kitchen.
Not on the
somewhere.
menu.
Right.
Secret stash.
This is the one you got to ask for, and if you ask for it, you know you better be ready for the challenge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this one wasn't the behind the counter. This was their tabletop hot sauce at this Barside restaurant. It's one of the tastiest hot sauces I've ever had, but it was hot.
Yeah.
And you snap that picture it's hard to see in the picture. You can see I'm messed up from it for sure.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's hard to see in the picture, but tears are pouring down my face.
Right.
Like just leaking down my
Yeah.
face.
now again, I think we talked about this. My dad has the allergic reaction. I always forget until I'm hanging out with him. But when he has a level of hot sauce, he starts sweating.
That's right.
He starts sweating. Now, did you say that starts happening too? I know they came out of your eyes. I almost said ears. Hot sauce was so hot, I was sweating out of my ears.
I will tell you, if that ever happens, that's a problem.
Yeah. It's not Alan's red face we have to worry about.
Definitely. No, for me, it's not the sweating. It is the eye leaking that we talked about,
Okay.
and also I have to blow my nose badly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those like a good hot sauce, and it's like leaky, blow my nose.
Alan, use your words. leaky. So now you also mentioned your former student who's got a date coming up here, right? Is that the same student or no?
Who we talking about, Bjorn?
No. Oh, no. Sorry, the hot sauce present Christmas.
Oh, thank
So,
you.
I was trying to set it up.
Nice. Yep. And
Well done.
I walked right through another door. My bad.
Yeah. We are going to get to that topic, but before we close this chapter,
I'm with you. You're talking about the hot sauce present for Christmas.
Is that the same one that came to line dancing that one night?
No, different. No. This is
Okay.
this is a student.
Dude,
who-
because it's so funny how our worlds are colliding in so many different ways. But
that
I'm just trying to.
that is you're talking about Peggy Keller.
Peggy Keller.
And Peggy will be playing Gatsby's. I want to say it's the end of April or sometime in May. I forget the exact date.
Who
now.
randomly, just so we go, but we're going off on a tangent real quick.
That's what we do.
But Cowboy Joe went to, came up to me, and he's a regular.
Who's a line dancing fixture, right?
Right, he ironically also is cousins with my liquor attorney, who helped me with this place.
That's
so
wild.
it's like so many different lines of separation, degrees of separation in many different ways. And then, so he called up to me. He goes, "I have an act for you." I said, "Well, no." I go, "You got to talk to Alan, who was just sitting here." And he goes, "Well, no, it's for Alan's former student." I go, "Well, then it's a slam dunk." And he goes, but you should meet her. I said, I'm not the decision maker. I understand what you think, but you have to understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. And I love you, Joe, but you know what I'm saying.
That's
I'm like,
so funny.
I go, it's a done deal. He goes, well, that was easy. Laughs, get up, and walked away. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'm not BSing you.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know the protocol.
Dude, it's like I learned very early in sales.
Yeah.
Once the product is sold,
Yeah.
stop the fucking pitch.
Right. Just stop making the gatekeeper's ears bleed.
Yeah.
And find out who the decision maker is.
Because the sale could be turned back into a non-sale.
Yeah. Great product, but annoying. This is going to be a heavy lift. Yeah.
So that led to Peggy coming over and saying hi, I guess, right?
No. I've never
this
met
was-
her.
No, to me.
Oh.
That was my bad attempt at a setup.
We each have one audience member besides you guys, and we both have now lost each other.
Yeah,
So far, it's Alan 1, Joel 1.
We haven't seen each other a whole lot since Puerto Rico.
Get on the same page.
We need a big burrito to get back on the same page.
Good to
dude.
see you, brother. You want to go halfsies? We'll meet in the middle, no homo.
How far do we have to drive to find some fried ice cream?
Yeah. How much ice cream are they putting in a crepe?
Oh, that's so awesome.
So she came over to you.
Yeah, so Peggy came over. Oh, by the way, one of my highlights last week's episode was with Chris Sturmer,
Another former student of
another
yours.
former student who I love to death, and he was so good on the pod. And one of the many ways he was awesome was giving you and me both shit, but you especially, about sidetracking his stories.
Oh.
It was so funny.
Yeah.
So funny.
But obviously not a fan of the pod because that's all we do.
That's all we do.
Yeah.
That's all we do.
Yeah, it might be 4 stories, but we're gonna have some tangents.
Yeah, man.
We'll go left, we'll go
Yeah,
right.
there's going to be lots of forks in the road.
Yeah, we went straight. Alan made a right. Joel fell out of the car.
They ate a burrito and we got back on the same road. But he would bear with our tangents, and then he would go, anyways. Chris, you're the man. You're the man.
Well, no, and also we gotta talk about he was the one that drove us to the airport. So
that's
New
right.
Year's Eve, you guys show up.
Yep.
After midnight, we're closing down the
We
place.
roll in at like 1 o'clock in the morning.
1
or
o'clock in
something.
the morning. We're grabbing our bags, and he's like, "Whoa." And he basically said, I hope Joel's not in a rush because we're not leaving exactly right yet.
Yeah, I think he said something like, slow your roll,
Oh,
buddy.
slow my roll. That's what it was.
Did he say something like that?
Slow your roll.
Because he had prepped me for this on the way down.
Yeah.
Like, I hope Joel knows that we're not going to be leaving right away.
Yeah.
And then you
Which,
said,
when have I ever been in a rush?
right, totally, man,
Yeah.
totally. And it was 1 o'clock in the morning, and we had until our flight was at 7:40 or something.
Yeah,
so plenty
Plenty
of time.
of time.
But man, you're like, so you ready to get going or whatever, you know,
Yeah.
like as you would, because we just rolled in to pick you up.
Yeah, I just automatically feel you guys are waiting for me.
100%.
Yeah.
Slow your roll, Joel. I'm gonna need some time.
But well, we finally get in the car. His girlfriend, who was in California at the time.
Yep, Tara.
Yeah, and I guess just wanted to wish him a happy New Year.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Not now. My phone's my GPS. Guys are in the car. Talk to you later." and again, I'm paraphrasing.
No, it's pretty good though. It's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
He's
Because
the
there's
best.
zero fat in his sentences.
Zero fat.
Yeah.
And Tara, by the way, and Chris will be coming. Tara, for the first time, will be here on Friday.
Okay.
For what's her name again?
Zainab Johnson.
Yes, Zainab Johnson. Looking
Yeah.
very much forward to that show, and she's going to see the place for the first time, and you're going to get to meet Chris's girlfriend, and she's awesome. So
Yeah.
it's going to be fun.
Oh, that's awesome. Man. Yeah.
So okay.
Yeah,
So we've talked about all the students.
Tangent. Joel's tangent's over.
Back to the hot sauce. Anyways.
Anyway.
So I got a to springboard off the Puerto Rico hot sauce from the picture. I then get a text while we were in Puerto Rico from my old student Alexis, who's down in Florida. Alexis Bacon, who's married to Junior Bacon. That's a real name. Greatest name ever, Junior Bacon.
Yeah.
And they have.
I was just trying to wrap my head around the fact. I'm like, should I know that person? Because it sounds delicious, but I don't know. It's not ringing any
You
bells.
should not know him, but what a great name.
What a
right?
great name.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So they have one kid and another one on the way. And we've stayed in touch over the years, and she's super cool. And she had told me that she was going to send me a late Christmas present. And then I get a text that it was going to arrive like a day or two after we got to Puerto Rico. So I texted my mom to go pick it up. Eventually we get back, and I'm ready to try it. And I didn't even read the label or anything. You know, I've had so much hot sauce I don't even blink anymore. Even some of the hottest stuff I've ever had, as long as I take it easy, you know, it's not gonna be too bad.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you're not taking shots of it.
right, exactly. I'm not. Yeah. So I had a sandwich, and I dip a little in, and it tasted really good. It was habanero, and which is my favorite kind. And I was like, oh, then it's not that bad. So I did a big dip. I mean, like full, like soaked the sandwich in the hot sauce. Took a bite. Holy crap! The hot sauce in Puerto Rico was hot, but it was at like my max level for total enjoyment. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I could suffer through that for the flavor.
Right. You're gonna need something else afterwards to chase it, kind of thing.
Yes, but I can get through pretty easily.
Right.
Yeah,
and
relative.
you're not enjoying whatever you're eating. It's supposed to enhance the flavor of that, right?
This
Kinda
one
thing?
that she sent me, if I could handle the heat, it was really good flavor, which is unusual for ones that hot. So
Yeah.
credit to it for being good flavor. But Holy shit, dude! It's the hottest hot sauce I've ever had in my life.
Oh.
I was
So it's true. Okay.
I was in agony.
Okay. So hers was top level.
Hers was, and I read the bottle later. Okay,
Yeah.
it's over 1 million Scovilles, which I don't. I should have found a comparison for this, but if like that Hot Wings guy that has that,
To get out my Google Translator.
yeah, I totally. Man. It's the way they rate how hot sauce is,
Okay.
and I know that over 1 million is very hot. I don't know. I should have looked this up before we
No.
talked about it, but-
No. But like, what would you compare it to? Like,
Oh my god! Like, okay, so
just ungodly hot.
take your average person, you that doesn't eat a ton of hot sauce, right?
Yeah.
My mom's same way,
Yeah.
sister same way,
Yeah. I've dabbled.
right? And you've enjoyed it to some extent,
Yeah.
but you're not.
Gun to my head, I'm getting mild.
But you probably don't have 9 bottles of it sitting on your kitchen counter like I do right now, right?
Right.
So
Not even one. One in the fridge,
Right.
just in case.
So for you, a reasonable hot sauce are things like Tabasco, which everybody knows,
Yeah.
or
Hanks.
Hanks is a perfect example. Some of the Latino stuff like Goya,
Yeah.
whatever. But and then maybe you jump up to like there's brands that I don't know the names of, but brands that jump up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To like, okay, you're getting into it.
Frank's.
Here's the next level. Yeah, a good one for that is what's the one that's down in Cape May, New Jersey?
Well, I thought that was.
Is that
was-
Frank's?
No, Hanks.
Hanks. Oh, I thought for some reason I heard Frank's. That's my bad.
Oh no, I did just say Frank's.
Okay.
But I said Hanks earlier.
My bad.
But Hanks is in Cape May.
Hanks, when you said that, I was thinking of a different one. But Hanks is a perfect example.
Okay,
And
right.
Hanks has it all over the map.
Yeah.
They'll take you from as low as you want to go almost
to fire out of your ears.
to fire out your ears for sure. But nothing. They don't go as hot as this one this girl sent me.
Right.
Either. Yeah. The Hanks is awesome, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I know the owners,
I have
We gotta
Hank sauce as one of those 9 bottles I was talking about.
Oh, really?
Yeah, legit.
so we got to get them on.
Yeah, out there. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Come on, anytime, please.
Yeah. So then where was the one in Puerto Rico was?
The one in the Puerto Rico I would put for my personal, if we're relating it all to the hottest one I've ever had now, which is the one we're talking about from my friend in Florida, make that the 10.
Yep.
Okay. Then like Tabasco and some of these other low key ones would be a 1. The one in Puerto Rico would be a 7.5.
Oh, wow, okay.
Still really hot,
Yeah.
but not totally over the edge to where I had to like dance around my living room until the pain went away.
Oh, wow. No good.
Yeah, that was a heavy duty one. That was,
Yeah.
she was trying to find one that would like the hottest one she could find. A+.
But she made it herself?
No, this is
Oh.
it's called, what was it called? It came with a bullet. Like it came with a. It's so awesome. It came with there's like almost like a keychain hanging off the like wrapped around the bottleneck.
Yeah.
But instead of a key, there's a bullet. I'll have to bring the bottle in on one of the and show
That's so
you. I
cool.
didn't even think about it, but
No.
I'll bring it in and show it on the pod one of these
Yeah,
days so
yeah.
we can
Take
explain.
a picture and we'll post it up.
Yeah, and I'll research the Scovilles so I can tell you exactly how bad
Yeah.
I tortured my tongue.
Maybe Alan will post on Instagram for the second time.
People have been eagerly awaiting that
Yeah.
second post.
Yeah, this one on purpose. But, dude, I'm equally as excited now that we've been building the scene here. The music scene. We had, I mean, it kind of started with New Year's Eve. We had Dibs and the Detonators in the afternoon. Well, at night, we had about 400 people. And then early in the matinee in the afternoon, with Sounds of Sunnybrook, we had 200 people. And so 600 people throughout
Beautiful.
the day.
That's so cool.
Kim from Vuja Day had brought 2 weeks before that with the Celtic Christmas.
Yep.
We had 700 people in the ballroom.
Which is just astonishing. And it was a Sunday afternoon or something.
Sunday
right?
afternoon, matinee.
In
It's
the
like
middle of football season.
crazy, yeah. And but then going into this year now, we just had AM radio with 200 plus people
So cool, man.
in the afternoon, and then Saturday evening, and what was also cool, and because we've been busy and doing so many events, I used to like The minute my mom bought a ticket, I know right away. Like you can't surprise me. I know right. So
Well, I think your mom does that.
yeah, right away. And in walks Bill Haley Jr. So, and if you don't know, Shake, Rattle, and Roll, Rockin' Around the Clock.
Rock around the clock.
His dad, Bill Haley, was one of the founders, the kings of rock and roll. Wouldn't you say?
Absolutely, 100%. He was one of the linchpins of the beginning of the rock and roll thing, for
Yeah.
sure. And it was the Happy Days theme back when it was the biggest sitcom in the world. It was the theme song for the first season or two.
Right.
And that introduced it to another generation, and then another generation got introduced to it because Happy Days was in reruns for the next 20 years.
Right.
So that song just kept going and going and going, and it's one of the best of all time. It's a great
Right.
song. It's got one of the coolest guitar solos ever, still to this day.
Yeah. And so he came to see Jackie the Joke Man,
That's so cool.
and then stayed to see AM Radio,
Mm-hmm.
and because they're all friends, and he gets a shout out on stage, and then Jim from up the hill goes, "Oh, I got to come back and see him because they're going to be here March 23rd." But it's like this is the momentum we've been waiting for,
Yeah.
and now we got Radiant Sons, and they got almost 100 tickets sold, and then this coming Saturday will be Dread the Dead, and opening up for them will be the Holtz,
Yep.
which is it's going to be phenomenal. So we're just rolling into it, man.
And that Dread the Dead, by the way, is a Bob Marley tribute show. So all you reggae fans, get your asses out here. It's going to be incredible.
And isn't it Bob Marley's birthday? Is that why it's like?
It's
roughly
like his
somewhere?
birthday's like a couple days later, and
Okay.
that was the reason for putting it on the date we did, just to
Okay.
give it some kind of.
No, for sure. And it
know.
also has it's right before they're releasing that Bob Marley movie.
Which what a bonus for us.
Yeah, which we had no idea. But I took my my nieces and nephews to see Aquaman 2.
Oh, okay, right
and
on.
saw that preview, and I was like, oh my gosh, I had no idea. This is amazing. And
Yeah.
I thought the same thing. I was like, bonus?
Mm-hmm.
No idea.
Yeah, man. We should probably do some sort of advertisement where it says if you're planning on going to see that movie, you might want to come see the music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Marketing.
Marketing.
So it's so
Somebody
cool.
out there watching this, whip that up for us.
Yeah. No, we'll do that, man. It's been posting it up, and from people from Lancaster all the way to here, it's been building, man.
Yeah,
And
man.
I appreciate your help, man.
Absolutely. No,
Yeah.
it's been cool to watch it.
Yeah.
Fall into place.
Yeah.
Super cool.
A lot of big announcements, man. We got Joe List coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the reason I met this guy right here is
Yeah.
because I listened to Joe List podcast.
Yeah, and it's been like crazy to. I didn't want to bother him because he's been saying he wants to come back, and him and Mark were the two biggest guys that came back to work out material.
Yeah.
One would come 1 month, and then the other would come the following month, and they rotated for the 16 months while we were outside.
And Joe was bringing Louis.
4 times. He
Louis
came
C.K. that is,
Yeah.
for those that don't know.
4 times. I think List came 7 times. 4 out of the 7 were with him.
Incredible.
And just exactly incredible. And these guys just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, doing the Beacon and other places, and selling out theaters.
Yep.
Lucky to have them on a Wednesday, but we already put tickets on sale, and they're like, it's already like a third of the way sold out on a Wednesday. And I'm checking in with List, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, sorry.
Sorry.
I'm like, it's off one post, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like amazing.
Dude,
so,
that's killer.
yeah.
Yeah, Joe
It's-
just had him and his wife had their baby, so he's, it was the
Shout out to Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah. Sarah's hilarious.
Yeah. Another comedian, by the way.
yeah,
She's not just saying his wife's hilarious.
Yeah, what's
Talamash.
Talamash. I was blanking on her last names. Yeah, Sarah's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was down at in Rofo a few times. I know for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. She was there the first night when you were there.
Yeah, she has a really funny bit about making pizza in the during the pandemic.
Oh.
Never forget.
Yeah. No, it's great, man. And then on the same day, I announced that Akash is coming back.
Oshkosh Singh
Yeah, which is amazing. And
from Andrew Schultz's podcast, by
Yeah,
the way,
Flagrant.
which is, I call him East Coast Rogan. You know what I mean?
right,
So this guy's attached to East Coast Rogan.
I went and looked it up after I booked him. Andrew Schultz on his own YouTube page has 2 million subscribers. Then on the Flagrant with the Flagrant 2, but Flagrant podcast, over 1.5 million.
So 3.5 million.
dude, like he's more powerful than a TV network.
Yeah, for sure. That's better. That's more ratings than the Tonight Show
Yeah.
by far. You know what I mean? Like there was a point where when Rogan was at his peak, where I forget the exact number, but it was something like the upper end of the ratings for a Rogan was the equivalent of something like 5 Tonight Shows combined as far as the ratings. Like one Rogan equaled 5 Tonight Shows.
Really? So if you were on, you got that much exposure.
Yeah. And Schultz is entering.
Fingers crossed for the book, man.
Yes. Oh, and by the way, dude, did the Shaner episode come out?
So it should be out.
Okay,
yeah.
because I got a notification and I just I didn't check today. So let's tell everybody, if you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
Joel was on The End with Ryan Shaner.
Yeah, and so we're just catching up, and I'm talking to him about wrestling, and we're just catching up, and he went to Springford, so he's from Royersford, so we're talking about that stuff. But not only did I grow up a WWF fan, WWF,
Right, I'm right there with you.
yeah, and I didn't mess up, but like WWF, and then I wrestled in elementary school, middle school, high school, college, like the whole way through.
The whole gamut, yeah.
The whole gamut. And we're talking, and he's like, yeah. And I go, so did we start? He goes, yeah, we've been recording. Way to act like a professional. He goes,
Perfect.
that's kind of how we do it.
Dude, that's perfect.
Yeah.
You know what? It would have been great if you had said, so what's this podcast about anyway? Watch episode 17 of our podcast if you want to know what that reference was.
Well, dude, and I asked him, I was going to record it this week. And he goes, no can do, man. He's on a wrestling cruise. He's wrestling on a cruise.
He's doing pro wrestling?
Which I know then sounds like I'm making some sort of innuendo.
Wait. Is Aunt Mary Pat on the same cruise?
Someone's on something. Yeah. But yeah. So he since 2018 he's been professional wrestling.
See, I knew a little bit, but I didn't know how extensive it was for him. I didn't realize how extensive.
And then of course I asked him if he's going to be doing stand up, and he said there's like 3 others that that are going to be on the cruise that do stand up and stuff like that. So he's like not sure, but yeah, it was like it's wild.
My guess would be Shaner pulled together a show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Even if he goes a cold open or something.
Did he wrestle like amateur wrestle?
So he like I did?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he wrestled up until 8th grade, and then he didn't wrestle in high school because he discovered booze and chicks.
Hey.
His words, not mine.
Hey, same reason I got kicked off the tennis team.
The balls have always been in your court.
That's awesome. So, just to put a bow on that, Ryan Shaner, Philly comic. If you don't know him, he's fucking awesome. Check him out. He has a podcast called The End. And Joel was on this past, like, by the time this comes out, it'll be like 2 episodes ago. I think, right?
Yep.
So check it out if you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, dude, awesome. I mean, and so the same thing happened last night where I saw Jesse and Jesse Marchese.
Yeah, Jesse.
Yeah, and he goes, oh, man, it's awesome about the Shaner episode. I go, oh, man, it's out? He goes, nah, dude, just the fact that you did it. And I go, oh, phew, man. I know. I thought it was at, like, you know what I mean? I'm like,
yeah, right. Maybe I should have been promoting that.
Yeah. I was gonna promote the crap out of it. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just remember I got a notification yesterday, like the heads up that it's coming, which I assume meant today, but I didn't double check. Yeah.
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 And by now too, the link should be out for the book.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah. Like we're days
The
away.
pre-sale?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. So we have the pre-sale. It's getting there, man.
Beautiful.
So yeah, it's all coming together.
It's good. You guys are gonna love this. I'm not gonna say a damn word about it. I was lucky enough to be able to get a little preview, but it's awesome.
Yeah. Do you think just enough or not enough, or just like or too much? Like it's just the details. Like you know what I mean? Like
oh no,
the whole journey.
It's just enough. It's right on. Like it's definitely not too little.
Okay.
It's definitely not too much.
Right.
It's right in the sweet spot, man.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it's like I couldn't put it down. You know, I read. You know, like because you know I was helping.
Well,
with
there's not really a lot of long words. You could just peruse through that and peruse would be a little bit of a long word.
And I didn't even get the version with pictures.
Yeah. I even went the wrong way. When's the last time you read a book? It's been a minute.
Were you reading the Torah?
Flipping the wrong way. Yeah. I'm an audio guy.
I hope somebody Jewish watches this podcast because
Yeah.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah. I was still self-loathing.
Yeah, which is also funny.
Yeah.
So, the book. So, okay. So, dude, I read the first 2 chapters thinking about it from an editing standpoint. So I read it real slow and laboriously, right? But then when we flew down to Puerto Rico, we had almost 4 hours on the plane, right? Just under. And I just sat there and read the whole time, and I was engrossed.
Yeah.
And I read, the most of the rest of the book during that flight.
I
loved
thought
it.
I'd knocked out for 5 minutes. It was 2 hours.
Yeah, it's 2 hours. You wake up and I'm like, yeah, I finished the book.
Yeah. We're over Florida.
We still have an hour and a half to go.
I'm waving hello to Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, man. But people are in for a treat, man. Like, this is going to be awesome. I'm so excited for your media blitz to promote it, starting with Shaner, and just seeing people's reactions. And people are going to love it, man. It's going to be awesome.
Well, I just think the reason why I wrote it is not only to put my story out, but so many people met me in different chapters of my life.
Yeah, for sure.
Whether it was high school, college, or then when I started doing stand-up, Valley Forge Casino, Royersford, here, people call me the bingo man or like whatever. It's like
Yeah.
people just, they don't know my whole story.
Right, there's Joel the young man, the
Yeah.
Joel the scholar athlete,
Yeah,
Joel the early days of corporate America, Joel.
Yeah.
The early days of comedy, Joel.
Yeah.
/ promoter, Joel.
Yeah.
/ doing shows wherever the hell he could do them, Joel.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
To then moving on to being the booker at a casino.
Right. Right.
To then Rofo, which is where I met you. Thank
Yeah.
you, Joe List.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and then that in between phase too, where I'm sure you found out a lot about who was really had your back at that point. By the way,
Dude, and it's like almost bringing me to tears. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That was, that was like almost my darkest days where like, why is this happening? But it had to happen. Had to take a couple steps back. But yeah, people thought I was going to move to New Jersey. And I think I was turning. I'm like, I'm still living in my sister's basement in Collegeville. I sold my house in New Jersey to buy this dome that I had to sell, by the way.
Yeah.
And I'm not going anywhere.
Right.
Just
right.
had to figure it out.
Right. And it's funny because so many people would ask me during that time, what's Joel gonna do? What's happening? What's blah, 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 like all like yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I don't know, but he's gonna figure it out. That much
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know what's gonna be, but it's gonna be awesome.
Imagine how much if you were buzzing like that. Imagine if people were buzzing around me, man.
Oh, dude, yeah, I'm like 6 degrees of separation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But people must have just been like, zzz, 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 zzz.
Yeah.
And then a little false start here, a little something there, and boom. But then you show me this place, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Come on! It was worth every little bit you went through. you
Dude,
know?
it was all worth it, and to see, because even last night I ended up passing by a lot of the places that I was going to between here and there, between here and your place, and they were like just deserted fields, which again, I mean, we built it, and I thought I had it in me to do it again,
Yeah.
but this was so turnkey, plus the rich history of being here for 100 years. This place is more famous than I'll ever be.
Yeah. Right. Which is wild, right?
Yeah. It's like when your mom goes to, was it Boston?
Oh, up to in Maine.
Maine. She goes up to Maine and mentions Pottstown and Sunnybrook Ballroom, and the guy was from here.
Yep. Guy in his 90s.
90s, and it's like generations have been here, and it's affected, and then people, they go their separate ways, but they remember this, whether it's a wedding or a prom or the organ and the brunches and the big bands and the pool.
Yeah.
It's just all these memories, and then people know about it. So I've embraced that.
Yes.
We're gonna revive the music, but we're bringing back all the traditions, and I'm just adding Soul Joel's to this place.
Right.
Which people don't realize. They thought when they kept seeing me, Soul Joel at Sunnybrook, that I changed the name. I go, no. We're still gonna. No one wants to get married at Soul Joel's.
Yeah. Except maybe those people that did the proposal at the Todd Barry show. Although they actually got married here at Sunnybrook, which is so funny.
My man.
I do listen. I pay attention.
But we're doing it. Yeah, and I take that back because BJ and Kelly, thank you for your service, but they did get married at Soul Joel's inside.
Oh, it's so awesome.
I say that tongue in cheek.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. In the 4 short months that we were open inside.
That's so awesome.
But yeah, man, and we're gonna keep building, and I'm really excited for everybody to order and pre-order. We're gonna have a limited edition, which includes a signed copy from me. Yeah. So,
Beautiful.
So it's gonna be great.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Get on it. Get it. It's worth it. It's awesome. You're gonna love it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it when it's all together with the pictures and everything. It's just gonna be incredible, man. That's so exciting.
Yeah, and sneak preview, the wild card next week.
Oh, I am so excited.
Yeah.
So excited.
Yep.
Now, we explain who the wild card is? 'Cause
Yeah,
I
the
know he's
wild
come
card
up,
is my biological father.
Joel's bio dad is
Yeah.
coming back from China.
Yeah, who, by the way, yeah, exactly. Who, I'm the only white guy that can say this. My dad lives in China.
He could also be the only white guy that says his name is Soul Joel.
Yeah. What was I? I was a Puerto Rican chameleon.
A Puerto Rican chameleon.
I was just blending in.
Puerto Million.
So,
I can't wait to see how you bring this back.
it looked like a fat iguana to me. Well, and we just realized this. It came up my sister's memories the other day that we went bowling 5 years ago. My dad has every year come when China shuts down because of Chinese New Year.
Mm-hmm.
He ends up coming to visit us.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
So that's what it is, and he's coming for a month.
Mm-hmm.
But only until recently did he let us on that's why he comes this time of year.
Okay.
He goes, I'm just gonna, after the holidays, the flights come down. I'm just gonna or is it the so all the factories shut down, so he has, he's off, so he comes to visit us.
So at least now you can anticipate exactly when he'll arrive.
This is 12-year-old Joel just looking out the window.
12-year-old Joe didn't know to mark the Chinese New Year.
February 8th.
Please let it be the year of the dog.
Yeah. It's flying dragon. So he's gonna come here, but big, huge supporter, and I wouldn't be here without him. Him and my mom are both entrepreneurs, and I said it in the book. They're both lifelong salesmen, but they told me never lie. You never have to remember what you said. And as much as
Great
we talk,
advice.
when people always see you, they're like they have this conversation in your head, but we forget what we said. Plus, it was a month ago.
Right.
Maybe recorded 2 weeks before that, so it
Yep.
was like 6 weeks ago.
Yep.
But as long as they're quoting me, I know I'm like, oh, I said that. Or
Right.
this is what I said, paraphrasing, whatever it is. But I didn't make it up. So I know I'm like, oh, that's what it is.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So, I learned
That's
a lot
great
from
advice and rare advice in the sales world.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I've always been that one. I've never been that sales guy.
Mm-hmm.
Never wanted to be greasy or sleazy.
Love that.
Always made it happen. And huge parts, my stepdad, my mom, my dad, both my sisters, obviously, my brother-in-law, Scott. I wouldn't be here without any of them.
That's so cool.
And including you, brother.
Oh,
Yeah.
to be included in that crew is quite an honor.
Yeah.
And thank you for bringing me along for the ride.
Yeah. And another episode of Bring 'Em Out, man. We'll see you guys next week.